What's going on, everybody? Doc and Sloth, we're back playing some Rocket League competitive doubles, and we've got some news for you. Quite a bit of news, actually. A good little bit of news.
So
Woo!
much news. The first bit of news is I'm really bad. The second bit of news, we finally got the official announcement of the Nintendo Switch receiving Rocket League.
Woo!
We were all pretty dang sure that that was going to be the case, but you never know for sure
For
until it's officially announced.
sure. You're never for
For sure, for sure.
you're never sure it's
I
for
don't.
sure until you're sure.
I don't have a huge vocabulary. I know like 12 words. So
I
kind of
blame
have to
that
work
on the
with what I
education
got.
system.
I mean, I'm from North Carolina. Need I say more? I'm gonna
Oh,
miss this. I'm really bad.
for North
So we
Carolina.
got the official announcement that we are receiving Rocket League on the Nintendo Switch. So if you have a Switch, fantastic. You don't have to just play Breath of the Wind and that's it. You will now have two games that you can play. So that's a fun thing. In all seriousness, though, I feel like the Switch is a really good console that just needs some better games, needs some more support. So this will really help that console, I think. And having Rocket League on another platform never hurts.
Oh,
I'm always in support of that. So it'd be really cool. We always get the little exclusives for the consoles. The Nintendo Switch will be no different. It will receive the Mario and Luigi cars. Is that correct?
yeah. So Mario, Luigi, and then actually a Metoroid, uh, or a Metroid, however you want to say it, depending on what part of the world you're from, car as well. And the neat part about it is the cars actually change, from my understanding, they change dependent on the team that you're on. So if you're on blue team, I believe you get one version of the cars. You either get, I think you get the Luigi car, if I'm not mistaken, and if you're on the orange team, you get the Mario car, or I might have them flip flop. But that's how it breaks down, which is actually pretty neat. I like that. Like that a lot.
Yeah, I kind of like that. That's a little extra bonus kind of thrown in there since we do always have the option to kind of have a completely different setup for each different team. So that kind of makes some sense. That's actually really neat. From what I've read, it looks like they are aiming for 720 but 60 frames per second. So that is really nice. I like that they're shooting for 60. I personally would rather have a lower native resolution in favor of a higher frame rate
Yes,
because that just is way more important on a game like Rocket League. So
absolutely.
now the next question is, will they have servers?
Yeah,
Will they run well? Because for a long time, Xbox has been kind of the redheaded stepchild of Rocket League since it's the newest console that's been out, and it just has not gotten probably the support that it needs and deserves. And we've seen a lot of issues stick around for far too long. So hopefully Nintendo Switch does not go through some of the same growing pains as the Xbox. We can always hope that Psyonix has kind of learned. Um, they have shown in the past that they're willing to learn from their mistakes. Neo Tokyo is no longer all crazy. It's a standard map that just has some cool art. And along that same line, we actually got news today that Starbase Arc and Wasteland are both going to be standard maps. They're going to be reimagined. We're going to keep the artwork from those, and they're just going to be standard maps. So we are not going to have any non-standard maps in competitive play for Season 6.
so good. So happy about that. We get
That's
one other awesome, I think even more awesome map change update. You know what that is, Sloth? Yeah.
ooh, putting me on the spot. I don't know.
Dude, it is clear, see through, invisible, whatever you want to call them, goalposts, which I am super happy about.
Yes.
And I think this
Yes, you are absolutely
honestly,
correct.
this is probably, you scored that, which I had no idea what was going on. Um, Honestly, probably the best and probably one of the biggest things the community on average asked for, and it makes perfect sense. So essentially, what they're going to do is it's all dependent on where you are in relation to the goal as well. So they want to make it visible or invisible for those folks that if you've ever been in the goal and you have a hard time seeing around the goalpost, especially if the ball is in the corners, that's no longer going to be an issue. The goalpost itself, as well as some of the wall art, will actually be invisible to you. However, if you are that person or that opposing team in the corner, it will not be invisible for you. So you'll still have the standard, view and artwork that you have now. Essentially, just trying to open up the field of view for players, especially when they're defending, and really just listening to the community. I think it's absolutely great. Like I said, it's probably one of the best map changes that they could have implemented.
Absolutely, and it's been something that's been called for so long, and the technical wizardry that it takes to kind of do something like that. Obviously, DFH Stadium, like we see here, a lot of the walls are transparent, so
Mm-hmm.
it does not really affect things like this. But if we look at a place like Manfield or I guess maybe Champions Field, arenas where the walls are not transparent. They're very much opaque. Coming from the outside, and the way that Psionics Devin kind of explained it is basically, I think you did a fantastic job yourself. If I'm kind of on the wall in the corner, getting ready to take a shot towards this goal, I won't see inside that goal. I will just see what I'm supposed to see, and that's going to be it. But the guy inside, he is now going to be able to see me around that corner, in all of that. It's really cool. So it's going to be really interesting. Maybe folks that are a little bit more developmentally inclined for video games and for technology are able to kind of sort through that and see how they did that, because it's actually pretty impressive, and it's something that we have wanted for a long time in the community. My biggest gripe with it is I don't have anything to blame on my missed save attempts now.
Right.
That's going to be a pretty but I mean, legitimately, it's a legitimate issue and a legitimate concern trying to play defense when you're sitting in goal and the ball pops up to the right just outside your post, and I mean, you are completely using your muscle memory and your time in this game to just assume where that ball is until you can get eyes on it again. So I am super excited about this, and honestly, I feel like it kind of seems from the outside, all that we've heard about this new update, which they have not released a date for. All they have said that it is coming in autumn, and it coincides with the release of Season 6 Competitive. My money is on October 5th, because that is exactly 3 months from our last update of July 5th. So I'm thinking that's going to be what our time frame is going to look like, because they have said that they wanted competitive to last about 3 months.
Yeah.
And that would be pretty neat if it lasted exactly 3 months.
I feel like that's probably a pretty good call. Well, I was going to say, so you can still actually blame it on the goalposts, because the other portion of it that they talked about in the forum post was the fact that they are actually going to keep it as an option to toggle that feature on and off. So interestingly enough, if you're like,
Yeah.
really want to keep the game to the original sense, or maybe for whatever reason you like having the goalposts like that, then you can actually toggle that on and off, which I think is really smart too. Give people the option.
Yeah, it's like camera shake. Camera shake is still in the game. No one uses it, but you know what? We better be safe than sorry. There's probably some people in the community that like it, that appreciate it. What does it hurt by leaving it in? That's cool. I'm cool with that. That's amazing. I mean, that just shows that Psionics is really putting some effort forth and just saying, you know what, it's already in there. We're making a concerted effort to change it. Why not just leave it up, so that we don't give anybody a reason to complain? We're literally helping out as many people as we can.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I might be maybe too optimistic for this next update, but it really does seem like they're trying to do a great job of listening to the community and trying to put in, the features that the community wants. And I think that's awesome. Whoops. I think that's awesome, and I'm really
I've all,
hoping, I really am hoping that we'll kind of continue to see some update news trickle out, and they keep kind of implementing some of the most requested features for the game. Because honestly, at this point, this game is really well established. I'm hoping that's what will make the game continue to be popular and continue to get a lot of the feedback and support from the community.
Yeah, and honestly, it seems like maybe on the surface this doesn't seem like we have a ton of stuff to kind of freak out about and a ton of stuff to be excited about because we don't have like a brand new map. We don't have a new game mode. We haven't seen anything from the crate. But honestly, I feel like this is a really big update for us so far because it's really focused on competitive.
Yeah.
We have a really strong focus on keeping maps the same, so all the maps will be standard, which they actually said in that forum post that they really tried to push the non-standard maps as something to kind of grow the skill gap and the skill curve for things like esports, but it just wasn't happening. None of the pros wanted it. None of the pros like ever picked anything like that. Everybody hated Wasteland and Neo Tokyo and stuff, and it just it never made its appearance in RLCS in any substantial way.
Yeah.
I think I remember at one point last year we saw I think Wasteland Knight get picked, and it was kind of ridiculed into oblivion.
Yeah.
But it never caught on, and it's something that I think they were I think smart and courageous to try, but you know what, it didn't work out, and they're cutting their losses. They're keeping all the hard work they put on those maps by keeping the aesthetics and the art that they kind of put so much time into, but they're giving us a standard map, which is what we want.
Heck yeah. I wanted that shot to go in. Jeez.
Psyonix, please.
I know, right? Help me get better at
But I
Rocket
mean,
League.
between the new map changes and keeping everything standard and having the clear goalposts, I think this is going to be the update that is the most actually game changing. I'm really bad. Compared to the ones that we've seen recently. I think this is actually going to be one of the most influential updates we've had in quite some time.
I'm hoping so. Like I said, I really do hope that we get even just a few more community features. We played a little tickly bum with ourselves there. Oh gosh.
I was trying a really stupid dribble just because we're at that point of the game. We might as well. The interesting thing is gonna be that we have not seen rank distribution from season 4, because we are well into season 5, probably right here towards the end if we're correct about our assumptions. We've not seen really the rank distribution, so how many grand champs, how many champs, how many diamond 1s, 2, 3, all that stuff. We've not seen how many of each of those rank that we saw in season 4, and we actually have not seen the rewards for season 5 either. So I'm interested to see if we can get some of that stuff. I'm torn because I wanna know what it is, but I also don't want to have to sit there and look at those sweet rewards for
I know,
a month and a half before getting them. That's my issue, is being able to do that. Oh, you got to score that guy.
Oh, I killed that. I killed that guy.
So, we'll see. That's a good bit of Rocket League information. Getting it on a new console, having a bunch of different changes that are really going to help the game grow competitively, I think, and it's just going to be easier to pick up, and it's just quality of life changes.
Heck yeah. So a lot of good news, and we'll keep you guys updated on the rest of the news. Hopefully, again, it keeps kind of trickling out, and hopefully soon, I do hope in the near future, we do just get a definitive date. I think a lot of people would look forward to that. I know that would kind of help not ease the excitement. I think that would actually make me more excited. And I think it's always good, especially if it's coming close to a close, it's always good to give some time for those that are still trying to get certain rewards. If you're trying to make it to Diamond or you're trying to make it to Champion, it's good to know that you've got a month or a month and a half or, whatever the time frame may be to be able to work towards the reward. So we'll keep you guys updated. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you did, smash that thumbs up for us, subscribe, comment, like, do all that great stuff. I've been Doc, that's been Sloth, Average Gamer Guys. Thanks for watching. We'll check you in the next one.